No, I don't want to join the BP club. All right, guys, we have an important one today. I've been stunt riding for about 6 years now, and I've been going to big rides multiple times a year. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to cover everything in this one video, but I am going to discuss a lot of ways to not only survive at said stunt rides, but some of the proper etiquette and the reason why things are the way they are. So, guys, today I'm on the new 636, and without further ado, let's get to this because it is getting dark here. So guys, before I even get into this video, I've never been the type of YouTuber to ask this, but I'm going to on this video because I believe some of the things we're going to talk about are this important. Make sure to give it a like and comment below to help that YouTube algorithm in finding a couple new junior riders to my channel and hopefully find this video. I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. This thing is so damn brappy, man. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is where you should be riding. Because, yes, historically, stunt riders are always in the front. Yes, everyone who's not on a stunt bike or whatever is in the back or the middle or whatever. However, I think there is some gray area there in the fact that over the years, there has been more and more cameramen. There's been more and more stock bikes leading some of these rides. So it really does come down to one major thing. I think that major thing is riding around people that you have ridden with before and you understand their style. Because truly, there's guys like from LA and St. Louis that I ride with more and more frequently than people right here in my hometown in Chicago. So they understand me and my style a little bit more. Just how I might understand someone like Seabear's style, even though he lives in Vegas, because I ride with him so much and I can kind of predict what he's going to do next. I ride with High Side Joe from North Carolina more than some of these guys in my own backyard. If this truly is one of your big first rides and you don't know anyone, the middle of the pack is probably the place for you. However, as you start to accumulate your friend group, step into where you belong within the community, whether that is, I came with 5 guys from Cleveland, Ohio, and we're all just starting to learn how to wheelie, or I came from New York, I'm friends with Hollywood Stunts, and I've been stunting for 20 years. Those two riders are probably going to be in different parts of the pack, surrounded by guys that they know. And yes, finding that friend group and stuff like that does come very easily because this stunt community is extremely, extremely welcoming. All guys getting in there. You need help getting in? You sure? All right. A lot of cops over here, man. So much going on. This lady fucking ran out of gas. I was gonna say, you ran out of gas at a gas station. And yes, once upon a time, I used to ride a stock bike. Even out in like California and stuff, I was riding a stock bike and I was actually going to the track and racing. And I would still go to stuff like the 905 stunt ride, just because I think it's really cool to watch stunters do what they do. I still do. One of my favorite things to do is to put down my own wheelie, pull out my camera or pull out nothing and just watch. There's so much talent out at some of these big rides. You know, you got big rides coming up like ROC, you got big rides like Doomsday, you got Lean Back literally next week here in Chicago. Like, massive rides are coming up. This is normally when they happen, you know, late summer, early fall. On East Coast, and you got Sturgis coming up. Like, there's big events coming up, so I feel this is a good topic to cover right now. Now, for the guy who's gonna try to come on his stock bike with a passenger and try to, you know, record for his Facebook Live or his Snapchat story, and you're up front, and you're getting in people's way and stuff, don't be surprised when a stunter tells you to get in the back or get in the middle or whatever. Just because you're violating some of that rider etiquette that so many of these guys have developed over the years, you know? See if we can pop this thing up. Second gear. See what jump spreader. Sit down. Coaster. So I think we've covered of where you should be riding within the pack. Now let's talk about some accident prevention stuff and also what to do if there is an accident. Now I think the #1 accident prevention, and it's said before every single one of these rides, it's said before, you know, a group out of 5 people, is give each other space. I think that is the biggest key. I don't care if you're a professional or whatever. People make mistakes. You need to give these guys enough room to crash. You need to give people enough room to slow down. You know, you see all these huge pileups at stunt rides. Really should not be happening if people are giving each other the proper amount of space. I want these rides to go on and not keep giving guys like Dan the Fireman more videos to create. I love watching his videos, love watching, you know, him break down accidents. I just don't want to keep seeing it be, you know, at stunt rides and stunt riders doing this stuff. And if you don't know how to wheelie as well, there's probably no real place for you to be doing wheelies at a massive ride. That's so irresponsible on so many levels. You're learning. Why are you going to try to jeopardize other guys, you know, careers or futures or job, whatever? If some of these guys go down, some of these guys ride for a living. Some of these guys are still working blue-collar jobs where they need to be able to be on their feet. So if you take one of them out, or you take a guy that's making their living off of these bikes or videos or whatever out, they're out. They're fucked. So I think that's pretty irresponsible. If you don't know how to control a wheelie, and when I mean control, I mean slow it down, maneuver it to a certain extent, then there's no real reason to be trying to wheelie at a stunt ride. Absolutely, go, watch, take your videos, keep your distance, make some friends. Absolutely, come out, fucking meet some of these guys that have been doing this shit for years. It's one of the coolest things you will ever do. I used to go do it on a stock bike. Not discouraging that. I am discouraging the power wheelies, and I am discouraging doing tricks outside of your comfort level at these big rides. Another huge accidents prevention. I know you want to keep that camera on the rider next to you. Believe me, I know this. I'm a YouTuber. I get that. So if there's somebody right here in this lane doing a wheelie, my camera may be there, but I promise you my eyeballs are straight forward. So yes, the camera is in the direction of the action, but my eyeballs are straight forward, paying attention to the rider in front of me. In case they brake, you can brake quickly and transfer your head forward. You don't want to be actively watching this person's wheelie or burnout or whatever they're doing. You can glance over here and there, but other than that, those eyes are front right at you, making sure that you don't rear end somebody when they have to brake to avoid an accident, or you're coming up on a stop sign and you just don't know it because this guy's doing such a cool spreader scrape. I don't know. And please don't be paying more attention to your Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook Live than you are to the actual ride itself. That is a recipe for disaster. Let's see what she'll do. It is smooth though for circles, I gotta say. It's my favorite bike for circle wheelies, especially compared to, I just got done doing a Harley show. The Harley is so hard to do circles on. Alright, we've done about everything we can to avoid the accident itself. There's still gonna be accidents, of course. You're riding a motorcycle, it's dangerous. And even more so, you're going to rides where people are gonna be doing wheelies and stuff like that. Here's what it is. First things first, and I mean this, especially on a highway, I mean this. Get that bike and that rider to the side of the road. You saw that wicked video of people getting rear-ended on Stunt News a couple months ago just because the guy's bike broke down, and he had ample time and he just kept going straight, his bike's broken down. At any time, pull over, pull off to the side, wave people down, try to catch people's attention. There's so many bikes. So first things first, you need to get that bike out of the road. So guys, that's why we have these film trucks and these trucks period on the ride. We need to get those bikes loaded in those trucks. We need to get those riders to the proper hospital, or just off the road period if they're not serious enough to need a hospital, and get those bikes to the shoulder. And if you're not a key person with that being done, you need to keep moving. Stoppies on this thing are definitely not my favorite. Woo! I love this little road right here. Look at this, we got a couple of the boys pulled up. Yee-yee! Gotta love Chicago, man. There's always people out riding.
Hey, we're going to eat. I didn't even get off.
You need a hot dog. You need a hot dog. I don't care, I'll follow y'all wherever you go. Man, it's gotten dark quick through this video, huh? You can find friends out here pretty easy. They're always out. Freedom, truth, respect. I like that. Ooh, and I guess I should say something when it's still light out. And we still have some left. We still have some lean back in Chirac 2021 gloves on our website right now. The link is down in the description. We don't have many left. So So if you guys want to cop some of these before they are gone, because once they are gone, they are gone. You know how we do it. Limited release only. Be sure to hit that link down in the description. And another huge thing that I almost forgot to cover. It kind of applies to all of this as far as who you're riding with, accident prevention, and that's bike maintenance. Don't come to one of these big rides and you haven't checked your harness, your chain, all this stuff. You got to do some pre-ride check before coming out in a big group of guys like this. And yes, your bike is going to run hotter because it's surrounded with more bikes. So 2 fans, water wetter, or engine ice, whatever you want to use, good radiator, all that stuff applies. Love seeing my guy David progress. He's lived here for about a year now. He came here on a Grom and he was alright, but he's leaving Chicago in a couple weeks here, and he's a certified street killer. Spent a full year out in the streets here with everybody, and it shows, brother, it shows. I know. And now, you know I saved the most important for the last. And if you're with a good group of guys, they have told you this before. And if you follow this, you'll never go wrong. And that is, stay with the pack. Stay with the pack. Don't split off. You're going to get lost. You're going to get beat up and your bike taken, depending on where you are, what city you're in or whatever. A cop might pull up and arrest you because some guy in the front of the pack or the middle of the pack fucking did a wheelie past him, and he's going to get you for it now just because you pulled off. It's just not a good look. You're going to lose your friends. No one's got their phones charged by the middle of one of these big rides. Just stay with the pack. It's so easy. Stay with the pack. If your bike's breaking down or it's giving you problems, then revert back to the first thing I covered and stay with the people you know and flag them down. Let them know something's going on. If you're new to stunting or stunt rides or big rides, stay in the middle, stay in the back. You know, create that friend group as some of these rides continue and, you know, you all start talking and where you're from and this and that. These are some of the most friendly guys you will ever meet. Get that group of people from your city or your state or whatever, and, you know, develop that relationship, because at the end of the day, that's all we got is each other. We're the ones who pick each other off the ground, go to foreign cities together and go ride around. So that's all you got. Guys, I will see you next week here for Lean Back in Chirac. If you don't know what it is, you're sleeping by now. I wish you the best of luck, people. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I hope you've already liked and commented by now. This is Brian636, your least favorite motovlogger, signing out. I love you all. I'll see you all soon. We're getting something to eat. Peace.